Hello there, and welcome to Foodie Legends, your go to source for the best foods to eat around the world and their history. In our previous episode, we explored the islands of the Philippines to get a taste of the country's most exotic delights that can challenge even the most daring connoisseurs. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell so you guys can catch up to our latest food journeys. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Let's get it! Let's gotta kick it!
Coming in at number one on our list is the Tiyula Itum, a dish that is not so widely known in the other parts of the Philippines, but a true gastronomic delicacy from Mindanao that deserves a spotlight. Tiyula Itum is a dish that originated from the Tausug people, one of the major tribes in Mindanao. The Tausug are known to be fierce warriors and brilliant craftsmen, and their ingenuity as a tribe can be seen in their culture and, of course, in their cuisine. The coconut is a beloved ingredient in Philippine cuisine, especially its milk, known as the gata, used on curry-like dishes in the northern and southern regions alike. The Tausug, however, takes the use of coconut one step higher. In Tiyula Itum, they not only use the coconut cream, but they actually char the coconut itself, the shell included. The coconut flesh is charred enough to be dark, but not over toasted to make it taste like charcoal. Once the charring process is done, the flesh is then pulverized, looking almost like a gunpowder. The perfectly toasted coconut has a deeper flavor like a roasted nut. The philosophy of this cooking method is similar to grilling the pepper to give it a deeper and roasted taste and aroma. After the process of charring the coconut meat, cooking Tiyula Itum is pretty easy. The meat used is usually chunks of beef or goat, which is rubbed and marinated in various spices and the powder burnt coconut meat. The marinated meat is then sautéed with garlic, onions, ginger, turmeric, and galangal, known in Mindanao as lengkuas. Once the meat is browned, water is added together with other herbs and spices, such as black pepper, lemongrass, and shallots, to simmer until the soup is cooked. For someone who wants a creamy consistency, they add coconut milk to thicken the broth. This Mindanao soup dish is usually eaten with tamu, also known as hanging rice, wrapped in palm leaves. Tiyula Itum is often called food for the royalty and often served in special occasions such as weddings or during the Hari Raya festivities, also known as Idil Fitr. Coming in at number two on our list is a dish that is well loved by the people in Mindanao because it is not only delicious, but also affordable, convenient, and very easy to make. The pastil. Pastil, also known as patil, patel, pater, or patir, is a dish that originally came from Maguindanao and a very popular meal in Mindanao, especially for the Muslim Filipinos. Pastil is the ultimate all-in-one dish. It is the Philippines' answer to the American burger and the Korean bibimbap. Pastil is basically steamed rice topped with a dry and shredded meat. It is wrapped in banana leaves and often sold on the streets, usually as a breakfast meal or a quick dinner meal for workers and students alike. The meat used for this dish can be beef, chicken, or fish, as long as it is halal foods that are acceptable in the Islamic traditions as prescribed in the Quran. First, the meat boiled until tender, then cooled down and shredded to little strips. Once this process is done, the shredded meat will then be sautéed in a hot pan with garlic, onions, and seasoned by oyster sauce or soy sauce, black pepper, and chilies. Basically, the meat is just cooked like the typical Filipino adobo. but a lot spicier to be favorable to the spicy flavor preference in Mindanao. This meat component of the pastil is called the kakigit. It will then be set aside as the banana leaves will be wilted over an open flame to give it a nice aroma and make it pliable. Meanwhile, the rice used in pastil is usually white rice mixed with glutinous rice to keep its shape, steamed normally. The steamed rice is then placed on the banana leaf, shaped like a cylinder. The kakigit will then be placed on the rice as a topping, and then will be wrapped like a burrito. And there you have your pastil, served between 10 to 20 pesos depending on the size. You can eat pastil just as it is and still find it delicious. But there are various side dishes offered by pastil stalls that can make your pastil taste even better.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Coming in at number 3 on our list is the pipaparan, a dish that truly represents the Mindanaoans' love for the scorching yumminess of the chili. Pipaparan is a dish that is culinary pride of the Maranao people, hailing from Lanao del Sur. Pipaparan is a Maranao style of cooking in which usually chicken is the main ingredient, although seafood, such as shrimp, is also preferable. The chicken is cooked in a coconut milk paste broth with spices such as garlic, onions, turmeric, ginger, young wild shallots, which is also known as sakurab, labuyo chili, and shredded coconut. What makes pipaparan amazingly hot is the special spice mixture that is Mindanao's answer to sambal, the palapa. Palapa is a Maranao condiment made from sakurab, pounded ginger, turmeric, labuyo chili, and toasted grated coconut. These ingredients are simply mixed together and cooked until quite dry, and then stored in jars to extend its shelf life. Palapa is very spicy, which is a tiny hint of sweetness. Regardless of its intimidating flavor, palapa is a good dish to add in your cooking, or you can simply add it on your steaming plate of rice. The chicken is then removed from the pot and topped with a yellow mixture of shredded coconut, palapa, and chilies. Meanwhile, the remaining soup will be enhanced by coconut milk, an assortment of vegetables such as chayote or cabbages, and more spices which will be served alongside the pipaparan. Pipaparan is a staple dish in Maranao cuisine and usually served as part of the dulang, a special set of delicious dishes served during funeral services for the mourners or other special occasions. Maranao dishes are popular for their yellow tint due to their dominant use of turmeric, and pipaparan is truly the forefront of this tempting food repertoire.
Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso!
Coming in at number 4 on our list is a dish that sailed its way hundreds of kilometers away, finding its way to the humble island of Mindanao, the beef kulma. Beef kulma is a very interesting dish originating from the Tausug people of Zamboanga. Many food historians recognize the similarity of beef kulma with korma, a curry dish from the Indian subcontinent, and they believe that this Tausug dish is a descendant of its Indian counterpart. Beef kulma is a unique Mindanao dish because it utilizes peanuts, which made eaters compare it with kare-kare, a peanut sauce-based beef stew from Pampanga, a province in the island of Luzon. What makes beef kulma different from kare-kare is the use of coconut milk, and of course, the signature flair of Mindanao love for spice. Just like any other soup dishes and stews in Filipino cuisine, beef kulma is a product of patience. The beef must be simmered to create this wonderful broth that is an essential part of the dish. Once the beef is soft, it is set aside and the broth reserved for later. On a hot pan, garlic and onion are sauteed until soft, which are then followed by the beef chunks, broth, and the coconut milk to be simmered down. Spices like lemongrass, chilies, and seasonings are then added together with the peanut sauce. Now, you can use either a generous serving of peanut butter or you can make your own peanut sauce by processing these nuts in a processor. Alongside the rich coconut milk, the peanut sauce gives the stew a thick consistency and a subtle sweetness that complements the spiciness of the dish. Beef kulma is a popular dish during Muslim celebrations. And how could you not serve this luxurious beef delight in such joyous occasions? Why wouldn't you?
Of course!
Have you tried having grilled skewered meat for breakfast? Do you find it a strange thing to eat in the morning? Or do you find it a delightfully curious breakfast option? If your answer to both questions is yes, then our next pick is the right one for you. Coming in at number 5 on our list is Satti De Zamboanga. Satti De Zamboanga is a dish that originated from, well, Zamboanga, a regional dish that is the all-time favorite of Muslim and Christian Filipinos who coexisted there for a very long time, ever since the establishment of Spanish settlements in that part of Mindanao. Satti de Zamboanga is a variant of satay, a skewered meat dish popular in Malaysia, Indonesia, and other countries in Southeast Asia. The meat used in Satti de Zamboanga can either be beef or chicken, marinated with calamansi, salt, sugar, and achuete. Then, the marinated meat slices are skewered in barbecue sticks to be grilled over live charcoal. While satay has a rich peanut sauce that can be drizzled over the skewered meat and the rice, Satti de Zamboanga is somewhat different. This Mindanao dish also has a sauce, but instead of dipping the sati on this sauce or drizzling on it, Satti de Zamboanga is actually swimming in its own sauce. Satti de Zamboanga has a bright red sauce that is spicy with just a sweet background note. It has a distinct crimson color because of a combination of minced chili and annatto powder, also known as achuete. This sauce is slightly thick because of the cornstarch mixture with some coconut milk added. It is not very spicy, but hot enough to make your throat begging for mercy. This spicy breakfast dish is not complete without a good batch of sticky rice cakes cooked in a woven coconut leaf and unwrapped to join the barbecue swimming in the hot pool of sauce. Satti de Zamboanga is a special dish that can not only fulfill your tummy to keep you fueled for half of the day, but its spice can surely wake you up better than a hot cup of coffee.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Thanks again for tuning in with us here at Foodie Legends for our latest episode. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a nice taste into the hot and tantalizing dishes that Mindanao has to offer. Before you go, be sure to like this video and click the subscribe button for more delicious content every week. We'd love to hear your thoughts too, so leave a comment below to let us know what your favorite part of the video was, or if you want to just leave us with a few thoughts. You guys are awesome. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next one.